Good day, Tragic here, and welcome back to Explorermate. We're a 4X gaming website, but we do other games. We do, strategy games, but we try to focus on 4X. But one of the other game types we do look at is city builders, which is apparently my thing. So I am now doing Kingdoms or Castles, which is lucky because I love this game. This to me is like the perfect example of an indie game. It's not too ambitious, it's really well done, and it's just smick. And it is not, because it's not too ambitious, they can do everything right instead of having a billion systems that they can't get to work together. This is like a poster child for how to make a small indie game be awesome, in my opinion. And it's a city builder, which is my thing. It's not in space, we'll deal with that. Okay, so let's get into this. So in this game, you basically play on it like this is actually the live map here. Now, that is sort of, that's a pretty large landmass. You can do different land masses, but it actually does go further out. You can actually build all the way out, sort of, it's not too much larger than this actually, maybe out to where my mouse is now. So we're going to go to new game, and we're going to do easy because it's a little bit hard. I want to try and make a big city. And basically it means we have less raiders and we have shorter winters, so the food isn't quite as strict. And we won't do hard yet. We might do hard later on if you guys want to see another one. There is a big content upcoming for this sometime mid-year. They're adding trading and all these other buildings and stuff, so that might be a good time to go for the hard version. But for now we're going to do easy, but we're keeping on easy, and that has the rating. Now here you have the choose land. This allows you to sort of find a nice land to do. Now there's a random seed number that you can type in, so you can actually copy that number. And so you and your friends can all work on the same kind of thing. Now, there are various things to look at in the map. Basically, there's two types of resources. There is these sort of brownie-looking things. They are iron deposits, and the white ones are stone deposits. And you need stone to build your castle walls, and you need iron to do your weapons and your blacksmith and all that kind of stuff. Now, all these black rocks are impassable and they need to be destroyed, and it's actually quite a hassle. You've got to get to basically what I call tier 2 technology, as in you need to have tools which require blacksmiths to get rid of those things. So you can see this map here has heaps of iron. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, 5 iron. We don't have a lot of rock. We've got rock over here. And also there are 3 types of terrain. Okay, you've got the dark green, which is very fertile. You've got the light green, which is fertile, and you've got the yellow, which is barren. Now, barren cannot be built upon, though in the infrastructure update they did introduce irrigation, which can sort of increase all the tiles sort of by 1, kind of. Basically, you can build on barren. They turn into normal fertile. Okay, and that's pretty much that for the map, but we're going to try and find an interesting map. What I want is an island sort of in the middle top. See, the most efficient way, I'm not a big min-maxer. The most efficient way to build is to build your castle in the center, and then you can build a nice big huge square castle. But I want to try something a little bit more fun. So for that, I'm looking for a more interesting shape to work on. Wow, look at the size of that space. That is a lot of space for this one. Got a lot of stone here. Maybe I should build here. That looks like a pretty easy map. It's pretty hard to get iron though. You just have to go right down. There's not a lot of forest either. That's the other resource actually, forest. So how about that? That's not a bad one. Yeah, this one looks like it's a little bit harder, but not too hard. We have 1 stone, except we can't really build there. Where's an iron? There's an iron all the way down here. No, I don't like that one. Not enough iron. Okay, this one looks pretty good. Actually, no. After a specific looking field here, because basically what I want to do when I build it, I want to have my castle kind of up the top and like a sort of semi-insular keep, and then I want another big sort of area here, like split into districts. So I want to have like some kind of land, because you can't move your castle once you start building, so it's the most important piece to put down. So a lot of iron mines here, a lot of mines. Wow, look at this one. Lots of space. Here we go. Yeah, I might do it right here. This looks like it's a good one. It's got a iron mine. It's got some iron mines and some stone mines and a forest, and it's kind of in the middle top where I'm looking for. Okay, sweet, bam. And let's take a red flag and we'll go blammo. Okay. Now, as I said, when you're playing, if you're just playing to min-max, you probably want to build in the center. But I'm going to build right here. So let's make a castle. And okay, so we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so there's a stone here, so we can't build past that stone. So that's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're going to build it right here. Okay, and that is the initial starting spot for our little dude. Congratulations, we've made a town. Very nice. Okay, so let's start with some roads. I think the first thing we're going to do is get rid of that and rid of that, and we'll build a hovel. 2 hovels. Let's clear all this space. And we'll clear this space as well. You can see our little happiness meter here. Now, people in this world require, there's not actually a lot of fertile land here now that I'm looking. I'm just going to clear some of this to make farmland. And pretty soon we'll clear all that. And I'm just going to create. Now, when you build in this game, it's kind of weird. You need to have roads going there, but once you've built the object, you can take the roads away, which is kind of weird, but that's just the way it plays. So we're going to put 4 food, and then I'm going to demolish that road and build a, oh, we need to still build a mine. So which is the best mine to you? That one, I don't think we can actually build next to that mine because it's covered in unusable stone. So this is our only choice for mining. We have to wait for all this stuff to be chopped down. Okay. Now all this is going to be moved eventually. This is just a temporary. We want to expand quickly into probably this side here, and that's going to be our first sort of big hamlet, is around here. But for now, I just want to get, let's speed the sucker up a little. This game, this is one of those games you can actually run at full tilt without much of an effort. This is all our farmland up here being cleared. And what I'll do is I'll continue up here. And then I'm going to cut a swath, just a single line across the forest for where that road's going to run. Okay, and now we're going to put down our quarry. As soon as that space is free, chop that tree down, dude. Thank you. And it looks like the only other place we can build a quarry is here. But we need a road to get there, so we'll have to cut down these trees as well. So you've got our resources down here, 18 of 50, and we've got no charcoal. And, well, we'll talk about these as we need them. It's going to be a little bit of time before we get to that stage. We're still just a little tiny hamlet of only 2 houses. Okay. So we're starting to produce stone. You can see them hauling the stone out of the place now. Need to clear that one as well. Stone is quite a large ask, especially at the beginning of the game. We're trying to save up for a granite granary at the moment. So let's continue this road along the front. And we're going to start building our hamlet. Now what are we going to do here? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll take us to here. That's pretty good. So what I'm doing here is measuring out a block for my houses. Now when you're measuring your houses, they can be rotated and it does make a difference, even though it doesn't feel like it. Normally they'll rotate correctly. Okay. Building some more houses. You can see we've got 10 units and beds 10. That means that's how you control your population, is by simply not building housing. I'm just going to delete this one now that I've built that house. Actually, I'm going to delete this one. That was a bad screw up on my part, because I want this to come down here. Okay, that was a pretty bad start for my organizational skills. This is still going pretty well. We just need to clear some more area. You can see we're still clearing our farmland, which we don't really need to just yet. But I should be able to now build my first granary. I'm just going to stick that right there. Sweet. Okay, everything's going pretty well. We've made our cleared our area here, so we can now almost go around. Can I build my second quarry? Must be adjacent to a usable stone, so there's nowhere we can build that quarry. We can't actually build there. That one's completely surrounded, so we need to actually build up to this one. Wow, that's not good. Let's put down a large stockpile, and I'm going to stick that here. We don't need this road anymore because we were trying to build up to that mine, but fortunately there was nowhere to actually build that, so let's build our stockpile here. Ah, first dragon. This is just a warning dragon. He just buzzes us to make sure you remember to actually set up defenses. But basically I'm not too worried about dragons at this point. Okay. Just going to get rid of all these trees. And we're starting our first larger set of houses. Now, one of the things you really need to keep an eye on is fire. So at the moment, everything has a higher fire risk. So we strongly need to build a system of wells, which cost 10 rock each. So we're in the process of building up. Why isn't this chopped down? I'm just going to close the quarry for a second, just so we can get these things built. Once we have a large population, this isn't nearly as much of an issue, but for now it is quite an issue. We're pretty good. Anything above 70 is basically what we're aiming for happiness. And we'll put another quarry. Okay. So we've got our quarries set up. We've actually got 3 quarries, which is a little bit more than I usually produce, but that's fine. You can see that we have idle workers, no idle workers. That means we have not got enough housing for the jobs that we require. And we've even got the stockpile turned off at the moment, which is a bit of a hassle. I'm just going to quickly delete this place. And I'm going to delete this one. And this one. $29 beds, 26, so we're still fine for beds. But now we're going to build our first well, and you can see how it's sort of all over the place. So I'm going to put this one up here. I'm going to put this one here. And this is temporary still, but I'm going to put another one here. Those wells will be moved. Okay. Town. Going to build another couple of these things. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that'll be the last 2. So now you can see they have low fire risk, but it doesn't matter how low the fire risk is, you don't have people free to actually, you know, work on them. So let's put another one of these in here, like so. Okay, so that is basically our first setup. There's a lot we still need to do. But we've basically got it flowing. How's our food situation? Not looking good. We're definitely going to need more food. So I'm going to build a windmill here and here. And then I'm going to build food in those spots. Now, windmills add to what's around them as long as they have workers, but it also means that there are still short workers. I've got to close this again. So if I click on this, it's now got builders. Before it said there were no free people to build. Now, when I like to play, I like to stay underneath 100 people just until I've got some kind of setup for my defenses, because you can get overrun pretty quickly. But with luck, this will all work out. You can see we've still got no idle members. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, so this is where we're coming down, I'm pretty sure. Right. Now the reason we're doing that is because we're eventually going to have to upgrade to manor houses, which is a 4x4 grid. So that's why I've built like this. So that house there represents a single manor house because it's going to take up the other 2 slots. This one represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it'll come down here. Now we can only get 3 in a row here for now, but we will eventually block that into a nice block for the houses. But eventually we'll turn this whole thing into a nice looking fort. Okey-doke. So we're coming up on 25 minutes, so we've got a little bit more time. Our happiness is low because we've got a food shortage. Let's put in some more of these guys. We will, of course, have to organize our food much better than this. This is very temporary. Just actually, we might get rid of that one, and delete this one. Okay. Our food is a problem right now. Okay, bam, bam. Oop. Food, still getting food. Okay, we're out of wood. Still just going to clear out all this wood here. And then we're going to start looking at creating a forester in that top corner temporarily. Now, foresters automatically cut wood for you, kind of like the stonemasons, but they also produce, they also grow stuff. In fact, we'll put some down as soon as we have enough wood to do that. Still have no idle workers, which is not good. Oh, we're out of wood, that's right. Let's disable let's disable 2 of these because we've got tons of stone for now. That'll give us some more workers to get on top of this situation. Ah, there goes the trees. A nice area to build here, and we can build a foresters down here. Okay, I'm just going to build a couple of foresters up here. Two foresters will do for now. And more roads. And once again, we're going to do the same thing with our buildings for more towns. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 12 beds each. We don't want to build too much. We want to stay underneath 100 beds, basically. So let's... what do we need? We need money for this, don't we? So we need to build a treasury. Going to put our treasury here. Yeah, so we'll get rid of this for now. We'll put our treasury here. And I'll put the water bucket one step back. Treasury is going to allow us to tax our units. Okay, we're definitely producing enough food now. might upgrade to how's this thing going? So that has 3 foresters, this has 3 foresters. We've still only got 50 of 65 beds, so more people are still going to come in. We now have idle workers, which is the point. Okay, so this is now built, so we're going to tax these people 1 gold per turn. And now if you look at these buildings, you can see their requirements. We have not got any charcoalers, which is a -8 happiness, which is not good. So we're going to build a charcoal factory up here, which can go right here, I think. And our gold is producing +22 a year, which is good. Low risk, medium risk. We'll just put another water thing here temporarily. Okay, our charcoal guy is running. So that should get our charcoal production up. We need charcoal for a lot of things in this game. Okay, now we're just waiting for 25 gold. I'm just going to delete this. That makes us 60-60. Fire has claimed a charcoal miner. Oh. Didn't I have a water thing up here? It's not close enough, obviously. Let's try making the charcoal guy again. And we can build our first large manor. Bang. Now it's going to be a couple of bit of reshuffling now. So what we want to have is a whole row of manor houses and then 2 non-manor houses. And that'll take us to 99 peasants. You could probably delete this and now build a granary for 50 as well at some point. Okay. Still, it's not still not getting any because they're only just producing. Here he comes. See, now he has some +5 happiness. Very nice. It's going to take a little bit of time to get everything under control. We still have not got enough people to do everything we required. So once I build this, I'm actually going to delete this one here. Because this one here holds 12 and this one here holds 25, I believe. In fact, I might delete 2. Because like I said, I don't want to go over 100 units just yet. Come on. Okay, we'll delete this one. And we'll delete this one. And then we're going to build a second one right here. Boom. And I think I'll build another one here. And we're going to delete this one and this one next. And that'll make a row of houses at the top, and then we can start working on happiness and so forth. Still have 1 idle worker. We need more idle workers. This is still not even open. got one eye to work. I'll get him to chop down some trees over here. Oh dear, I wasn't paying attention. So what are we doing? We're deleting this one and this one. Okay, we still have enough houses, so no problem. And then we're going to build our final home for now. And that'll give us 99 beds, which is plenty to start. But we also need to build a granary, so let's build one here. And we can get rid of... I may as well just leave that one there for now. Actually, I think I will get rid of this one. Probably should have waited until I actually built the granary though. Whatever. Where is it? Food. Windmill. Food. Okay. Okay, so this should take us to 99 beds. Excellente. So what I like to do is I like to see these sort of black lines are the chimneys. So the ones on the corners I face inward, so the chimneys are in there, and the ones in the middle I face down. It just sort of breaks it up a little bit, makes it look a little more interesting, I think. Okay, so now we've basically stabilized. Let's get rid of this. So we've got a pier up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a pier out in the far corner of every area, just so I know the exact dimensions of the map for building. We still have idle workers, that's fine. See our little dudes working away. I think I might just enable one of these again. I'm going to take another. Still only have 72 people coming in. People are coming in at a nice pace though, so it's not really a problem. You can increase the speed people come in, but I'm not quite sure exactly why you want to do that. Okay. So the next thing to do, build another pier as soon as we can. This just gives me an idea of exactly the dimensions of our massive castle we're going to build. So we actually reclaim all this land. Okay, we're coming at 40 minutes, so I think we're actually done for the day, and I will see you guys next time. Bam.